than friends, less than lovers, pals. Oh, yeah.
So I think I might play that clip without the audio because we were playing a copyrighted song that we definitely can't afford.
Wait, that was our start?
I just think I'll play it without audio. You want to do it? No, I know. I'll cut ahead. We'll cut ahead for a second. We're free flowing now, brother. So what just happened was I probably just played something that had no audio because again it's a song that we can't use. But
We can tell them what song it was, though.
we hope. Well, I was gonna say we should have them guess.
Oh,
We should
okay.
see if they can figure it out.
Oh.
Guess what song we were singing. And
My phone keeps turning off, and I had set it. Oh, I have it on low battery mode, so it's like you can't.
do
keep
you
your
want to start the
phone
timer,
on. I can do it. I got it on mine.
guys? So here's what's happening.
Here's what's happening. You're like, oh, they're all over the place. Yes, they're always all over the place, but usually when they start, they know they've started.
For free falling,
And I'm free.
we have decided to have an episode that is a free app,
Free app.
and a free app.
Free appin'.
You might think that's the song we were singing, but
It actually wasn't. That was actually a red
No.
herring. So
tricked ya. If that was your guess, But if you have a guess, go to heytherepals.com. What song were we singing in the beginning that had no audio? But what is a free app?
a free app is a lot what it sounds like in that we are taking off the bumpers. We have been thematic and so good at staying on themes, obviously.
Climbing mountains of themes,
Thematic tools and metaphors.
reaching the top and planting our flags and saying, I conquer this theme. I get this metaphor.
But at the end of the day, the whole reason we started this is because we love to yap together.
Love it.
So
Truly, honestly, we started it so we could have a space where no one else could intervene and we could just talk to each other. And it would be socially acceptable. And
For the
everyone would
most
go,
part.
oh, that's nice. You guys are doing that.
Oh, you guys are being productive with your yapping because
Okay.
you are holding microphones and you're in the corner of your garage that you've turned into a studio.
So they at least applaud a little.
It allows us to feel productive with our yapping, but also we realized that oftentimes you've seen our notebooks, we're on notebook number 3 now. We just started notebook number 3, really exciting.
That's big.
We went with, sorry, there's a little gnat.
He is always getting you, and I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm kind of flattered by it. I don't get picked for jury duty, but I will be picked by the gnats in the room. And it's not because I'm stinky.
Put that on a t-shirt. But it's not because I'm stinky's on the back.
Yeah. We say put that on a t-shirt, and we have every means to put that on a t-shirt if we want to.
We might.
Speaking of t-shirts, this is a free app episode, but real quick, we are wearing some of our Pally merch.
Remember we talked about it last week, and now it's on us.
20% of our proceeds are going to the Trevor Project, and they are like the biggest resource for LGBTQ plus youth in America, and that is super important right now.
We did a pals night. We had a lot of pals that were generous enough to just donate.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, our in real life pals.
Yes. So Maddie is wearing the Token Straight shirt.
Look at this design. Something you guys need to understand is that when Millicent locks in, she locks in. She is like this. She's in positions
Actually,
you
not
never
so
would
much
have
like
thought
this,
to be.
though. Not always like this. Usually if I'm
Well,
really...
sometimes, yeah. But
That's
I'm
true.
thinking of this is a super lock in. You actually do loop back to the
Yes.
computer oftentimes.
I will take our living room
Canva?
table. I will take our living room table, and it's like the exact same height as our couch. So I'll sit crisscross on the couch and then pull the table all the way up to the edge. So it's just like a forever table. And then I will like bend over and sit at my computer working.
One thing about
in the
Millicent
living room.
is she is going to make her space work for her. She is going to use it how it should be used. It is meant to be lived in.
Should is a
Well,
strong...
do you think it's bad?
I don't think it's bad. I
I
just
think
don't,
you're really productive in it.
I am. I don't know that it would be what is most conducive for a
Guys,
work
so
environment
she's
for most.
sitting like this. Okay, I'm gonna give an example. So if you're listening, I'm sorry. Good. At won't you be my pal on YouTube and catch this? She's crisscross.
Mm-hmm.
Usually like this. You're not usually a foot over the knee person when you're crisscrossing, right? Because that's a type.
No, yeah, that
And
one
I don't
to
think
me
you're
puts
that
a
type.
weird amount of tension on my like knee.
I agree.
Yeah,
Too much.
I've never enjoyed
I
that
don't
one.
think it's good. I'll say
No.
that to the people who do that.
I
I'll
have
just say I'm not sure it's good.
I have to be pretty intentional when I'm sitting crisscross applesauce for a long time, especially when I'm folded over like that. I've already got bad circulation. So sometimes
Yeah.
I'll get the tinglies and I'll be like, oh, okay, time
And
to,
you're
and then
not
I'll
moving?
switch which leg is crossed over. But I always find
Oh.
that to be very difficult to do.
I just gotta straighten them. If my legs are tingling, I just gotta let it go.
When I was little and my legs would fall asleep, I used to think, so when my legs would fall asleep, I was like, oh, the best way to fix it is always my blanket. I would put my blanket over them. I didn't realize that I was straightening my legs and then put my blanket over my legs. And then they would like not be asleep anymore because I'd straighten them. But in my mind, I was like, my blanket did that. Yeah.
Your desire to believe in magic is so, and I mean this with, I don't not want this to come across as insincere, even though I'm giggling because it's funny. I find it so inspiring.
Thank you. But also, I remember my household was we were not indulging in Harry Potter because it was magic. And you know what?
I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, but I got it in high school. I read it all in high school, and
Yeah.
I got to have that experience later, but it was all the more enjoyable. But I remember like when I read it in high school, I was like, if I had read this as a kid, I would have scared my mother to death because, oh yeah, I would have been trying to say some of those spells from that book. Oh yeah. And and they're obscure and they don't mean anything actually.
Yeah.
Like they are just like random Latin words twist with a little twist on them. But I would have absolutely been
I
trying.
do think, yeah, I guess your mom was successful. Mission accomplished in preventing what she didn't want,
That's
which was
true.
a little girl casting spells.
Yeah, and if I had watched Wizards of Waverly Place off the table, but if I had watched
Oh.
Wizards,
You didn't?
no, I watched
Oh,
it.
because we watched it when we got to California. I forgot.
I went through a big
yeah, and I
Wizards
was like,
of Waverly
man, we're
Place.
watching a lot of Wizards. Because we watched it one night in the way that was like, yeah, let's watch an episode. And then Millicent kept watching it. And I was like, oh, we're in.
I had gone through a phase in middle school where I was able to find like the episodes cut up on YouTube at one point, and so I would like watch some of the episodes then. But
It's so fun.
it is a really
And
it's
like
a very
even
fun
Alex,
show.
just like having a girlie that had like fun, fashion, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Selena Gomez, even though she was playing kind of like a sassy character, I feel like she was still likable.
yeah, no, she
Not
was. She
that,
had a
like-
charm to her, you know. Well, it's hard to play those characters a lot of
It
times.
really is.
Because they always make like the teenage girl that's like she's either gonna be ditzy
Yeah.
or she's gonna be really mean.
I also think her family was just chaotic enough that her attitude seemed pretty justified a lot of
Yeah,
times.
and
Where it was
also-
like, yeah, these people are a little,
Yeah,
they need some straightening out.
she was also I don't fully remember, but we have beef with the stereotype in a movie or television show. Oftentimes television shows where a character's whole thing, a girl character, is that like she's crazy and she eats a lot. Like Sam Puckett and like
Yeah.
just all of those characters, it's just like, why? Why
Yeah.
was this a necessary add-on? I've
And it's
never
just
met
like
a girl that
you're-
enters a room and goes, "Where's the fried chicken?" Never.
And it's like, that's the only thing
Yeah.
you can think about this character.
That's
the
it.
only thing about her.
Well, also like,
Tell me, what's her relationship with her mother like?
well, in iCarly, her mother was Jane Lynch. I remember Jeanette McCurdy's character was Jane. Her
That
mom
rocks.
was. Yeah, no, that rocks.
Great casting.
But, like,
can we say that?
With that character too, I remember just being like, this character's so like, she's crazy and she'll like fill a sock with whatever and like hit people with it.
Can I say, looking back on a lot of those childhood shows, it's like, haha, that's funny. That's abuse.
You needed a parent.
You
didn't
and
need
that's
an older
why
brother. You needed a parent,
Yeah, you
and the
need
brother did great. Spencer.
He did the best he could. And he cares. And let's say that's better than any other parenting. If you have someone that cares.
When he had that inhaler, we've talked about it. I can't.
When she was going to go to Yakima. Yeah.
Guys, this is a free app.
Because
Free
we're free apping. Guys, here's the thought behind this episode. We do so much planning. Truly, we're doing our karaoke nights. We're doing, dare I say, and I'm not joking when I say this, trying to push the boundaries of theater that we are comfortable with at least. We're getting experimental with it. And that's taking a lot, I think. And so I think I just wanted an episode to remind us, like, why.
Why?
And but also, it's a treat.
It's like a little
dare
treat
I say
for us.
this is birthday part 3. That's just
People
how it
have
feels.
argued that birthday part 3 actually happened already. There were some
I love
arguments
the
in the
idea
comments.
that like there's 2 types of pals. Pals that believe that birthday part 3 already happened, or pals that believe that birthday part 3 is still to
the
come.
conspiracy is that birthday hasn't ever ended.
Whoa.
I'd love to get to the point where there's theories happening, but I also like.
Guys, we're starting a Discord.
Oh,
Hopefully by the time this is
huge.
out.
Well, what happened was we were doing something else. We're not going to say what it was exactly yet because it's in the works. We were meeting with a new community in the area, like a creative community, and they had a Discord. And so last night you had downloaded it already.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded it. And once I saw how easy it was, I think that in my head, Discord
Listen, guys.
was a lot scarier than it was. This
We
was
were
just
just
like,
confused.
oh.
I will say though, I'm still confused. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure last night that I didn't hop on the Discord and start recording while we were watching. We were watching the movie Dick. It's what's their face?
Kirsten
Michelle Williams
It's Kirsten Dunst and Michelle Williams.
from like the 90s.
Will Ferrell's randomly in it. Like, it is, guys, it is so.
It's
first
so
of all,
quirky. It takes place in the 70s though. These costume designers were doing the most.
and the like set deck, everything was so beautiful.
Oh.
You can tell that the movie's going to be fun. We'll slap up the movie poster
poster.
because the poster is like, we have a lost art of movie posters, and it is a epidemic.
I feel like I was going to tell them what it's about, but I'm almost like, I don't know if I want to spoil it.
I think you can give the general premise is silly.
The general, it's 2 girls, like high school girls in the 70s, who like accidentally get into the White House and like become friends with the president, who is Richard
Nixon. And it is around a pretty iconic time period of a thing
it's around
happening.
Watergate.
Yeah. You should actually just go in and watch it because it goes crazy places.
And
I
we
just,
might have pals. I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence, but I'm genuinely curious because we did not know that much. I mean, I learned about Watergate growing up,
I knew
but-
the gist.
and when we read it again, I was like, oh yes.
Yeah. I did, though, before we started. I was like, let's just brush up on Watergate real
And it was
quick.
good call, brother.
I think I had mixed up that it was that the tapes were. I thought that the tapes happened at. For some reason, I like had the tapes happening at the Watergate, which I'm sure that we don't have to go into Watergate. I don't want to use our free app to go into the
do your own
Watergate
research because I
scandal.
think it'll lead you down a fun path. Guys, history is interesting.
Turns out people
Get
have always been
into
doing
it.
crazy stuff.
Wikipedia, just bounce around it.
Yeah.
If you've ever played the Wikipedia game, did you ever play that in college?
No.
We would do it in the computer lab, or maybe even in high school. You would pick like 2 words, and then you would race to see who could start. So like say, give me a word.
Apple.
Okay, Apple. So search Apple on Wikipedia, go to the Apple page, and then have someone say another word. So give me another word.
Straw.
Straw. Okay. So then 2 people would have Apple on their computer, and then they would race. You know how LinkedIn has like blue links to different like
You mean
other
Wikipedia has the blue links
Uh-huh.
on like the bottom?
like how
Or
like
just
if it-
throughout the article, it'll
yeah,
like
if it's the other link that they
Oh,
have.
you try to get there?
So you try to get to the other word
Oh,
by
that's
way of the
fun.
links. You would love
I
it.
would love that.
We should
You get
we
me
should play
crisscross
it.
applesauce on the couch with my
Yeah.
the table pulled up. Yeah, I could do
I
that.
feel like Jillian would be weirdly good at it.
Not even weirdly good at it. Jillian
We
just would
should-
be good at it.
We should use our free app time to tell them about our plans for Jillian. our movie aspirations for Jillian. Here's the thing, you guys. Jillian is the most ride or die, down to do whatever person.
We've talked about Jillian before. She's the most interesting person in the world.
She truly, like, what was the beer that was like the world's most interesting man?
I want to say it was, I don't know.
It was green.
I know. Wait,
It was like in
Heineken?
the
No.
Oh, I think that's right. Heineken that had the commercials that was like, this is the world's most interesting man, and then
Didn't he get canceled for something? Like the guy that played the world's most interesting man? I mean, yeah.
then it gets into us debating what makes someone interesting, and then it's like,
Yeah.
ugh,
And then
that's
it's like-
interesting. Have like moral goods or bads.
You let a man label himself the most interesting man in the world, like through widely recognized media, and you're creating a monster.
You're just asking for it. No, I shouldn't say asking for it. That's awful. How did he get canceled? I should ask.
I don't
that.
know.
Okay,
And part of the free app is too, guys, phone free, so we can't even Google it.
we're free.
We're so
fallen.
Free.
Fallen.
app.
Okay, so here's our Jillian aspirations. She is going to be, because she's down to do anything in a good way. We are going to use that because I think she loves us to tear up. She loves us to throw out a crazy idea, and she hits a home run with it.
Every single time. It's insane.
So I think she is someone that is interested in film in a way that I think she's just now allowing herself to get back into.
Yeah,
We have
thank God.
dreams of her directing us and things now because I think she's really starting to come into that.
She directed a music video.
Yeah, like that. Just
She
kind
was
of
like, I
did
think
it.
I'm going to direct this music video. And then she did. And then it looked amazing.
Looked awesome. Ghost Stream Pouts.
It's called the band
Great
Pouts.
band.
Like,
She
Pout,
directed
like,
music for Pouts. But we just had this vision of Jillian because she's so down to do anything. We were like, she is basically our Tom Cruise. She, without the Scientology.
And isn't that kind of like the
Whoa.
main catch of Tom Cruise that you're like, I wish I could really love this guy, but
That one thing.
that one
No.
thing, he doesn't talk to his children
Yeah.
because of a
Because
group.
of a guy that was a sci-fi writer. And
We
then
get
wrote a book.
marked by Scientology. Like year 1.5, we're marked by Scientology.
Scientology, here's what I'll say.
We're
Don't
not
come. I'll
talking to
say
you.
two things to you.
Wait, I don't want to talk.
I'm saying don't come for us.
Okay.
One, not in a threatening way, but just being like, it's not worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
And two, what are you doing? Quit it.
Knock it off.
Stop.
Hey,
But again, if you're getting offended, don't come for us. It's not that serious.
it's not that serious.
But come on. I feel like we can say this. Come on.
Should I say my
Cult to cult. Cult to cult.
cult to cult?
Come on.
Should I
Stop.
tell my one quick
Sure.
Scientology?
And let's not
story?
forget, let's put a pin in the Jillian.
Oh, right. Sorry, Pin and the Jillian. Oh, we brought out our gavel. We actually have had this in our house for a really long time. We have this pink gavel because we've had our friend group we call Bimbos. We've had Bimbo Town councils where we've like
It rocked.
yeah, we've done a grading scale for men and like potential partners and things like
Traits
that.
about people.
Like we've done all
male
kinds of
DJs.
things. We've had a friend talk about like homelessness, like resources and stuff.
Had a friend talk
She-
about olive oil. We've talked about that, Danny.
Yeah. So all that to say, we have a gavel on hand, and we realize that we've never used it on the set. So we're gonna
Crack it.
yeah, we're gonna say we're putting a pin in the Jillian conversation. Okay. Scientology.
Do you want to unlock your phone real quick?
Why
Sorry.
does it keep locking?
Guys, are you on?
I am, but I thought I
think
turned
you
it
did.
off.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It was do not disturb. I meant to be on. Okay, right. We're back. And I know we said no phones, but that wasn't the internet. That was purely analog. So Scientology. My first summer out here interning, I was there. It's the Scientology, like one of the like main Scientology buildings in Hollywood, is like directly across from the UCB theater.
It's crazy.
It actually
you guys.
it is nuts.
Massive, tallest. Like it looks like a blonde Adams family lives there. Like
Yeah.
it's a tall building that's not surrounded by a lot of other tall buildings.
It looks like old. It looks like the Tower of Terror hotel building. It really does.
White.
And it has this like gorgeous lawn, but like over the years, the fence has been like they use the privacy screening and stuff. Anyways,
Cameras everywhere.
so this would have been like 7 years ago, which is actually insane. So this was 7 years ago. I knew tangentially about Scientology, but I didn't know. I only knew, oh, kooky, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that thing in Hollywood. Anyways, I was on a like one-time date. I had like gone on a date because it was my summer out here. I was like, I should go on a date with somebody. I went on one date with this guy, and we had gone to an improv show, and then we were on a walk, and across the street, we walked by the Scientology thing, and I made a joke about it. Then we walk up, and it appeared that there was a garden party happening. I was like, we should try to get in. And he was like, what? And I was like, we should just like, why not? We're here. It seems like pretty chill. So we walk up, and then very quickly it was like clear that it was like an open, they used to do these movie nights on the lawn. And again, if you separate it from it being Scientology, and again, me at, I think I was 20, not knowing what it was killer. They were watching Jurassic Park. They had like this gorgeous lawn, this huge, incredible like projection screen, free popcorn, free hot dogs, free Oreos. They
And
give
you're
you
kind
a
of like,
blanket.
if I don't have to go inside.
And he was like, are we actually about to stay? And I was like, yes. We just walked into a free movie picnic.
That's how, hey, but let's put a warning on here. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. They didn't get me. It's okay. I come out as a
okay.
Scientologist.
Yeah, I know.
No.
But how was it?
It was, the movie portion was like very normal. I ate so many Oreos, guys. I ate
Rocks, though.
so many Oreos. And then afterwards, they were like, if you want to come in, you can, like, to just like see stuff. And I was like, this gorgeous building. I gotta see it. If I'm being offered the
I'm a
opportunity.
little curious.
I didn't, they were like, you had to fill out a form. I didn't put down any real information.
Yeah.
But that something in my like 20-year-old brain was like, maybe don't do that. But I went in.
A little spooky.
Yeah, I went in and it was like you could only be in like 1 or 2 rooms up
If
front.
your senses are tingling, listen to that.
Yeah, listen to that.
Listen to that.
But then at one point, I had spilled ketchup on my shirt because of the hot dogs out front. I had spilled ketchup on my shirt, so I went to go to the bathroom, and the doors were like like it was like really old, nice, ornate doorknobs with like the kind of locks where it's like just the little pin that you push in, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I remember I couldn't get out for a second, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm locked in the Scientology bathroom. And then after that, we left.
That's
but
my fear of getting locked in a bathroom.
imagine being locked in a Scientology bathroom. Crazy. But anyways, I'm older now. If you are in Hollywood, don't go in. That's not a lesson of don't do as I
Learn. Listen to her story. It'll be the
listen
same
to my
for you.
story
Haha,
because
that's
again,
funny.
that was
Feel it.
yeah, that
we
was
all
years ago.
experienced it.
I have since watched Coming Clear, the Coming Clear, and then also Leah Remini's thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, we aren't gonna hash on that too much because I actually don't want to be
No.
targeted by them.
But we'll say about Jillian.
Back to Jillian.
She is going to be our Tom Cruise, as in we are gonna film her. She's gonna be a mixture of like Tom Cruise and John Wick. I guess she's more of like our John Wick because I think it's gonna be a lot more action
But
based.
Tom Cruise in the sense of she's doing all her own stunts.
Yes, and in adventures.
Mm-hmm.
She's like more in the wilderness and meets Indiana Jones. Okay, so Jillian is
Okay.
a few things combined.
Okay.
She's Indiana Jones meets,
John Wick without the dog death and like the general like
but she gets a dog
she does get a dog.
in the beginning.
And
That's
her
how
dog
the
is
movie
well
starts.
trained.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like mutts that she like finds in the woods one day and she like manages
She's
to like
climbing
figure it out.
mountains with it.
Yeah. And it's doing things. Like it's figured out how to like send
It's hunting for her.
Yeah. It's amazing. She has an eagle too, probably.
Yeah.
Or a falcon.
Meets Tom Cruise. Did we say Tom Cruise? No, I think that was the final one.
Yeah, so Tom Cruise, Indiana Jones,
John Wick
John Wick.
without the dog.
Without the dog.
And
without
without the dog dying with the dog.
Yeah, and without the like revenge component. We've also talked about
because she's just a good meets Robin Hood.
Yeah, because of the bow and arrow too. Yeah, because she does do bow and arrow.
Guys, we're bringing action movies back. Action adventure movies starring Gillian Sneed. Are we allowed to say her last name? If not, I'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't think our brother wants fame.
Which
Can I
is
say that?
crazy because she was born for it, you know?
And I hate to tell her, but she can't fight it.
Yeah. Sorry. You're going to be the next big blockbuster.
And I don't mean that as in we're going to force her. It's just like she is going to want to do these things already to experience life, and this is just the result of that.
While I'm on that too, she has so many different things that she could succeed at too. She's a personal trainer, and the things that she is doing, she is changing people's lives and giving people their lives back. She got a woman her voice
We've
back.
told you guys.
I can't. It's insane.
It's so crazy. I don't even know if we're allowed to say that because I don't know if
I don't
I
know.
might get that out. But
Yeah.
guys, the things Jillian is doing.
Well, I always say too, she one time posted on her Instagram story, she has these really cool workouts. She posted one time on her Instagram story, and it was on her close friends, and this is going to sound like this is the type of trainer she is. She's not. She posted a thing, I'm not joking, of a girl before and after like a 45-minute workout. Her butt like full, like it actually, it was crazy. I was like, Jillian, if you chose to yield this on TikTok, people would go nuts.
Yeah.
And
And also, I do love that in Jillian's mind, she's like, that's muscle.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
she's-
very much how her mind works.
and that
Like,
was
that's
truly
strength.
the. Honestly, the butt was a side effect of what Jillian was going for. Like, she
Yeah.
is very much so a trainer that is like, this is not about aesthetics. This is about health and movement, which I think is very cool.
Gosh.
And that was Jillian.
Because we're free heaven. So, guys, what we wanted to do here today is not only get to celebrate our own palship, which, gosh,
We celebrate it
this
all the time. They're like, you do that every
charges
week.
our batteries. But we wanted this to inspire you guys. Can I say that? I want you guys to get
You feel
together, meet up, and just allow yourself a free app.
Just allow yourself a free app.
And if you're like, what does that mean? It means like having very intentional sitting down together and your focus is each other time.
What's on your mind these days? But also, like, what's just something you want to talk about?
Just yip yap. And being very intentional about like asking your pal like follow-up questions, like relishing the joy of like getting to explore the mind of your pal. Okay, shout out to our pal Mahogany, because we got to chit chat with Mahogany yesterday, and it was truly the highlight of probably my week. We love
It
her so
always
much.
is.
Mahogany, we love you. She is just like such a pure ray of sunshine everywhere she goes.
And it's effortless, and it doesn't even have
so
to do with like
effortless.
wherever she is in terms of like whatever she's going through. There is like
It
is-
won't affect
it's
how
at the
she makes
core
you
of it.
feel.
There is a warmth that emanates from her
That,
that
like,
is
cannot be put out.
undeniable.
Yeah. We love that girl. But she said something to me yesterday of being like, and I totally get this, where she was like, I want to be able to like get like open the back of your head and like walk in and like explore. And she was talking about that show Lock and Key, and she was like, they go into like a
Yeah.
girl's head, and she was like, I want to be able to do that. And I was like, oh, I want to be able to do that for you and like so many of my pals. Like
Yeah.
that would feel so good.
Oh, and like if your pal's like having these recurring negative thoughts, be able to like bust in that back door and be like,
it feels yeah. It feels good to like have a pal to dust out the cobwebs
Yeah.
every once in a while.
grab some mean thoughts by the throat,
Yeah,
and throw them out the
sometimes-
window.
You just need that. You need a pal's light to just like see a little bit
Yeah.
clearer in those darker corners. But
Yeah.
it was a lovely phone call. But I think this is in celebration of that idea. And when you get together with your pal, do that. Explore each other's minds a little bit. It's fun.
Go in when they say a statement, say, go deeper and elaborate on that.
And where could that do? Where do you think that's possibly stemming from?
Yeah.
And your feelings on that. What do you think that? Do you think that is a new opinion, or do you think
Yeah.
it's like going back?
And you might be like, that sounds like you're a therapist. A little, like, take a little bit from the
Yeah.
therapist.
And
They
it'll
know how
flow
to-
naturally. Let them
Yeah.
do it. You're kind of like tennis racketing back and forth.
And it may be pickleball. That's relevant.
And don't be spiking it at your pal if that's not the
No.
level they're at, but feel it. Get into a rhythm.
Maybe play some Foursquare with it, light and easy.
And as we're talking about getting in a rhythm, we should probably end this for them.
we have to take a little break.
We'll take a little
Because
pause.
remember, our camera,
Okay, the
it
camera's got
stops
pause.
at
Like, it's not
30
really a
minutes.
camera. It's a video camera. It's more of photo cameras. This is what we're rocking with.
If
at
you have a
time.
camera you want to donate to,
if you're have one you're not using,
go to heytheirpals.com.
we'd love it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be right back. And
House.
and we're free.
Free oh yapping. Whoa, sorry, I got so
No,
wrapped
no,
up
but
in
that's
the
the
song.
thing about the free app.
It is free falling.
It's free falling.
changeable.
But also, like, the whole point of the free app is there's no rules. There's no messing up here.
It is our rec room. It's kind of like what's that? Oh, I hate it. What is that game that people play and it's like tennis, but it's in a room and they're hitting it so fast and hard?
Ping pong?
No, in a room. It's like in a small room.
And it's
Racquetball.
Oh, yeah.
Handball.
That handball, not as much because the ball's bigger and it's just your hands. Racquetball, though, is actually
oh my gosh.
and also
I'm
they're
not
like
having fun. I'll
not-
say it.
not only are they confining you in a room and the whole point is you're going to smack it off the wall, they make it the bounciest ball you could possibly
And
imagine.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's hard. If it hits you, it's gonna hurt a little.
I think
I'm
they're
not
pretty.
having fun.
I remember one of my brothers had a racquetball or something like it that was really bouncy,
Oh.
and I loved being able to. I love when
That's
I found
good.
it lying around.
But different. You're kind
Take a
of
first
free
spin.
yapping with the. You're
yeah,
freeing
because there's
yourself.
no walls. That's the whole point. But racquetball again,
And no one's smacking it at you as hard as they can.
Yeah, it is kind of my nightmare. a little bit.
Every time people would go to play it in college, I was like, no.
And the fact
I don't
that
wanna.
like, there's absolutely zero privacy. You are a museum
Everyone's watching me?
exhibit. They have this clear glass. Everybody can just watch. It looks like you're doing performance art. Or
Yeah,
like you're
'cause
in a
it's like-
pedo window.
Here's the thing, I know I'm going to get hurt.
Mm.
And then it's like, if you know it, then why not stop it?
Do you remember when PETA was doing all those crazy like window display performance art things? I feel like PETA's always wilding. Like they've been wilding from day
Yeah.
one. And like I remember they had this one that was a performance artist who was in like a shop window in London or something. And they were doing like quote unquote animal testing on her. And it was so scary. And it was like and there was like a sign on the bottom that was like, if this bothers you, like all of the like animal testing should bother you or whatever. And I just remember people were really upset because they were like, you guys took it way too far. Because I think at first it's like, okay, I get the point, but like, why is she in like a like a bodysuit and
Yeah.
why are you shaving her head? This feels so like.
You're really trying to traumatize on the TV, which I
and
get.
I
but
get
it's-
what you're doing, but I don't know that that's the way to get people to try Beyond Meat. You know? Oh yes, I actually. Using our gavel, we actually have something to announce. Well, I have something to announce. This morning, Maddie presented me with a gift I've known was coming, and I was waiting so excitedly. And not in but like it was just building. This is a snow globe that my pal made for me.
This is technically it is her final birthday gift because I forgot to give her the birthday card I made her. So I was like, well, I may as well give her one last birthday gift, which is in
Which
fact
rocks weeks after my birthday.
well, and also 6 months after its original gift date, which was Christmas. Because I
But-
bought all the stuff at Christmas. You have to go on more Reddit threads than you could possibly imagine to make a snow globe. I'm on every kind of media.
She bought boat varnish. That's what she told me.
Yeah, it's the only thing that would hold up in this amount of water.
Well, at Christmas, you gave me a drawing of it.
Yeah.
And I want to say, first of all, that's hanging above my desk as well.
That's lovely.
And I literally, the drawing alone was exciting enough because I was like, oh my gosh, my pal drew us in a snow globe. What do you mean it's going to be real? Now I have this excitement, but I also have this doodle. So
it's guys.
do you want to walk them through it real quick
Well,
visually for our audio listeners?
I'm
I would
not
recommend
as
seeing it.
speedy of a crafter as Millicent, so forgive me for how long it took me because there's a lot of little steps to it. So I got the little snow globe, and then so the base says pals. It's a little snow globe. Base says pals. Now the color is pink, and you might be going, "That's really cute." You mean the color pink? Not intentional. I put
But it
glitter in it,
worked.
and it the dye leaked, obviously, and honestly, it looks awesome. So I'm not mad about it. Next thing that happened was I painted the bottom of it, the checkered. So it's supposed to be me and Millicent in chairs, much like these little miniature versions of us. It's really hard to see.
Did you take
'cause
pictures
they're
of them
floating.
before you put them in?
Not at all. So
I don't
this
need to
is
see them. I know
the
this
only
one's
place
me,
to be.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened was I painted these little mini figurines that look like me and Millicent, and then I painted these little chairs that I found online. Really hard to find like model
And she
replica stuff.
found
Shout out to
it.
the model replica culture because it tough. Hard to find the scale. I think I was rocking with a 3-to-1 scale.
One
I don't
thing
know.
I love about Maddie is that she will, when she has chosen to do something, whether it be like for a friend, and in this case, that's the most beautiful version of it, or just in general, she is going to dive in and do it. She's going to make sure she's doing it right. I feel like it's a Jillian component, but you're doing it in a way that like, I feel like Jillian is looking for the information. You are looking for the conversations that are happening. You're like, what are these people up to and thinking? And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, because I want to learn from others' experiences.
But you glued it, so tell about what happened with
so I
I can hold it
glued
while you
them to the chairs. She had a hot glue. That was a whole thing to figuring out which glue would be best. And then I had to get Mod Podge Outdoor was not gonna cut it for it being submerged in water for the rest of its life. So people recommended a boat varnish. It's like a finish, mostly meant for wood. I could not find anywhere out on the package at all where they mentioned anything other than wood. So
How
I'm
big is
hoping
the container that it came in? Like, was it like
it's
a tank?
so. You tell me what you're picturing it came in.
I am picturing like the wood stains, like how they come in like the minier paint cans, maybe.
So it came in like a sack, like a flimsy, like those like flimsy
it
water
liquid?
Uh-huh.
Why did it come?
It's like a glue, and
Oh.
it's in like a square, almost like those like reusable
juice boxes.
kind of, but bigger. Like it's probably like
Wow. Did it have like a screw top on it?
yes.
I can also see it. It's inside. I just haven't seen it yet.
Is this interesting for you guys though? What were you picturing the boat
That's
varnish
free
looking
app,
like?
baby.
That's free app. But so then I boat varnished them this morning. They took an hour each to dry. I only did 2 coats.
I think it was enough.
We shall see. These girls might be stripped naked in the future, but for now they have little outfits on. And then I got glitter. Some of your glitter, brother. I found it out here this morning.
Hey, my glitter is your glitter.
I figured. I was
Never
like, it was
doubt
very
that.
deep in there, and it was covered in brown clay.
Yeah.
And so I
yeah,
just
yeah.
said-
I know the exact. Yeah. As chaotic as that craft card is over there, I know
No,
every
no.
location, baby.
I know you know the little nooks and crannies. But so I put a little glycerin in there with it.
I haven't even seen the little star, guys.
Yeah, I
Look at the
decorated the base.
star.
Honestly, the base I'm pretty proud of. It turned out a lot cuter than I thought. Thank you to Millicent's gold paint pen.
Shout out paint pens.
Thank you to Millicent for making it so easy for me to craft. And
I
so
love
then
the
I
ba-
shoved
yes.
them in though. So here's what happened. I glued these girlies down onto the carpet. It looked like us podcasting. No, I didn't take a photo of it. And then I shoved the bottom in, which is rubber, and on its way in, the girls fell off. And I went, well, that's a bummer. But then when I was showing it to Millicent, we couldn't stop giggling at how they look like they are twirling through the Palaxy.
Yes.
So
Don't get scared. I am going to pick it up out of the base.
it's just easier.
so. But I said I like it better because my coffee. Actually, there wasn't that much that spilled, guys. We're good.
No, we're good.
Watch.
Whoa.
Sun's shaking it up, guys. If you're an audio listener, you gotta go visual for this.
I
part,
never would have
baby.
thought this was a toy
Oh,
in that way.
I feel like something liquid just came out.
But that's possible. Don't shake too hard.
But
I'm
look,
not
it's
sure how
us
good
like
that-
twirling around each other upside down, talking. That's
It
better.
rocks.
Like the way that Maddie
Yeah.
just landed on the perfect thing.
Guys, that's the thing. There's beauty in the chaos.
Well, you didn't just land on it because she looked for it.
Because, and when I say that, I don't mean to be, don't be too crazy, but when something doesn't go quite your way, look at it and say, maybe there's something beautiful about the way it did end up.
You really
And-
got stuck down there.
Yeah, it's okay. That's a part of it. My hair, I used a pen on it that the varnish wasn't liking.
I flipped you right side up. Hi, Maddie.
Whoa, it's like a game.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to Free App.
Welcome back. I feel like I've been doing all the gaveling. Do you want to do it? You want to hit it once?
What are we gaveling to?
That's the question, isn't it? Ooh, what about our questions? Our special
Oh,
questions.
sure. Okay, so the only thing we did to prep for this episode, because again, I wanted to just connect with my pal, mano y mano, in a way that's like, this recharges us. Getting to just chit chat with no structure. The structure, I will say, has given us something fun to work towards.
And it helps us.
I think it helps us.
It helps us a lot.
It helps us be, I think, digestible to the outside world. So just know that's us attempting to speak your language.
How are we doing with that? Do we seem coherent and normal? Let
We're
us know
trying.
constructively in the comments. We respond well to positivity, as we say.
But that's why I think the Free App episodes are going to be so important moving forward, because it's like every once in a while we need to just open the hatch, let the sunshine in.
Let her in. Oh, I know what we could do. I know what we could do it too. We could talk about kind of the reason that, well, for the only thing we did to prep for this episode was think of two questions, like one question each to ask each other. And who was it? We could talk about our inspo a little bit for the
Yes.
Free App component.
Yes.
I think we can declare someone that is a true pal.
A true pal.
Wow.
Is this a pal of the week? Can I ask that?
I think we should bring back Pal of the Week. If
Let's
you
do
have
it.
been
Let's
here
let it
for
free flow whenever we
yes,
feel it. Okay.
yes. Okay, well that can be a proclamation right there
Yeah.
already. We're
Hang
bringing
on,
back.
So sorry.
Yeah,
if
no,
we're,
it's
if
okay.
we're declaring things, I need a sip of water.
Yeah, if you have been here for a while or you've gone back and watched some of our earlier episodes, we did Pal of the Week every week, and then
Yeah.
we just kind of like slowly stopped doing it.
And was the pal of the week usually each other? Yeah.
absolutely for the most part, yes.
We do it for the love of the game.
We do it for the love of the game.
But we would like to, I guess, right now, shout out a pal of the week, which is Amy Poehler. This is us being like, we have something to give you.
You guys
No.
are like, stop trying to shout out these people who are never ever going to see this. I don't care.
no, I
it's
just want,
not
I
about
almost
that.
just want to point you guys in the direction of
Yes.
mother pal. I'll say that.
Oh. And we don't mean
Can
that
we
in like
say
a
that?
mother way. Like
No,
we mean like
we mean it in like respect. She is capturing the divine feminine in a way that is just like, and by that I mean she is like taking what makes her human, and she is saying that makes me a woman.
I feel like her joy liberates other people to feel joy too. If you are not aware, if you watch this podcast but are unaware of a massively successful podcast called Good Hang with Amy Poehler,
And it's brand new.
that is the podcast
huge.
that I think we are both like. It's rare that Maddie and I are both listening to the same podcast.
And I have been out of the
weekly.
as someone who makes a podcast, can I say, I've been out of the podcast game for a minute. I have not regularly listened to a podcast in a minute.
I've been hopping back into mine.
And Amy Poehler is really bringing me back.
I kind of love it because I like stocking up episodes of
Yeah.
stuff and then being like, all right, let's blaze through.
Powering through. But her podcast is so based in just the joy of having a conversation with somebody. And that's kind of what we're all about.
Yeah. And she talked about, too, how a lot of times, like, female podcasters, there's like this weight to the podcast of like, I feel like it has to mean something or it has to be deep. And hers was like, I just want to have a good time.
She's like, I look at all of these male podcasts who just are making millions off of just hanging out, and I have to come up with like 4 points that are going to change a woman's life in 30 minutes. I mean, listen, those are amazing, and that is what we're going to continue to try and do. Not as
We
aggressive
say
as
that as we
but
are aggressively pushing themes
the
and
themes
metaphors
and the
in every episode.
metaphors are
But
coming
that's
back.
coming from a joyful place too.
Yeah.
It was more so just like an inspiration to be like, oh, like let's just let ourselves hang and remember why we love doing this, which is we love to yap and we love to yap with each other.
to like commune with each other. Guys, can I tell them my dream from last night? Okay, sorry. Before we declare Pal of the Week. Sorry, Amy. My dream last night, the one that I literally like woke up to my alarm to this morning, like this was interrupted by my alarm, was I was sitting at my desk, and with the way my desk sits, I can see like outside, and like our chairs were usually like, if Melissa and I are like doing like work and stuff, we're usually like meeting out there because it's kind of like a second living room for us. So because it's always beautiful out too. So Millicent's sitting out there, and she's wearing her pal sweatshirt that I got her for her birthday.
We would have worn it today, but there was some technical difficulties that we won't get into.
They're coming, you guys.
Yeah, it's
They're
been a
coming.
lot. My brother's been struggling, but she's working and it's the good fight.
I'm doing.
We're
the
worried
best I
about our
can.
LL Bean pullover.
She's gonna pull through, but
She
you
will.
guys will see our pal sweatshirt shortly. But she's sitting in the corner. This is in my dream. She's sitting in the corner in her chair in her pal's sweatshirt, and there is a beautiful ray of sunshine coming from behind her, illuminating her hair, like all the little. And she's sitting there, and she's just. What is she doing? You might ask. She's just hanging out.
Maddie has seen this image so many times because while she's at her desk, I'll be on my phone outside doing Canva stuff. And it's funny because where your desk is now, I can see you, but because of the sun, oftentimes I really can't.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, and every once in a while I'll look up and go, hi, pal.
Yeah. It's
but for the
lovely
most
when we
part,
wave.
it does feel like we're both alone, but so still together. But I know you've seen the side of me in that corner chair so many times.
But in my dream, we were supposed to be hanging. Like, I think we had like a pals meeting we were doing, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, brother. I thought we were gonna meet at 10:30, but we were meeting at 10." I guess in this dream. So, and she was like, "No problem," and it was just my brother hanging out there, and that's what I woke up to, and I was like, "It's gonna be a good day." Yeah.
Her having the dream of the moment we're about to have. That's amazing. Wow, that's really beautiful. Okay,
That
back
being
to Pal of the
said,
Week.
having an amazing day.
Go ahead and give a
Let's
couple ball.
declare a pal of the week to Amy Poehler, Mother Pal.
Mother Pal for encouraging us and inspiring us to just have a good hang.
Thank
have
you.
a good hang. And also, it was a good hang. Oh, it's a the theme song.
Can we say also? Can we take not to brag on our amazing theme song by our dear friend Sabrina, but we have had so many of you write in about how you sing the jingle. Just know that means the world to us.
And just know if you ever want to send us you singing or call in, and we haven't encouraged you to call in a second.
Yeah, we haven't done
Call
our phone
in
in
and
a minute.
sing to us if you wanna.
We'd love to hear it.
Or just leave us messages. As a reminder, though, with our phone number, we have no way of knowing who you are. Like,
There's
all
no
that
caller
we-
ID on it.
Yeah. So, like, that is you. This is the Palaxy void that you can shout into.
Yeah, but if you want to let us know who you are, say who you are.
Yeah, and also, if you have more, personal things that you want to talk about, we are, like, the calls are
I'm so sorry. I just slurped so loud into the microphone. Continue, I'm gonna cut that out.
Soda Shop Blues.
You guys. Okay.
30-second pitch. Here's the idea. Melissa and I would like a show. It's going to be the new Black Mirror. Get out of the way, Black Mirror. And where it can be about anything. But in the end, the thing that always ties it together is somebody takes a sip of a glass of something they were really enjoying drinking. And it makes that sound. It makes that
The
little sound. But that movies always make, no matter how full the glass is. But this is an empty glass.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what they're doing, they stop and they go, the soda shop blues. And that's what ties it all together. And every time you're like, and the series is obviously called Soda Shop Blues.
Yeah. Maddie and I had told Maddie that I think my mom, or she would say your grandmother always used to say, whenever one of us would get to the end of our glasses of something, she'd go, you know what your grandmother would say? Soda Shop Blues. And so I told that to Maddie. And now anytime it's happening, it's like you don't ever really expect it, but it is so funny to when your friend has that moment to go, Soda Shop Blues.
It has killed Melissa and I multiple times. And can I tell you, the anticipation every time makes it even funnier. So that's why I assume, like, what's a good number for, like, season 1 of this series? How many times is it funny before coming back for season 2 is even funnier?
I think we're going British television show style. We're doing 5 episodes.
Yeah, we're out.
1 year.
I
then
was gonna
maybe
say
6
8.
years later. Oh.
Here's the thing about 8. I think 1 through 4 is funny.
Mm-hmm.
5 and 6, you might be a little tired of it.
8?
7, I think you're getting excited that 8's coming, and 8,
You're like,
you're excited. You're having fun.
Now
And
that's a Soda Shop Blue.
yeah. Because you're also like, oh, it's the big soda shop.
Yeah.
Please. That's always the final episode.
The cup gets bigger each time.
Okay, so I'm imagining it takes place in one town, and they're always ending at this diner, or is that no? I like it. Think it can happen anywhere.
Well, if we do it in the one town, it could be kind of like Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah, but I
That
like
could
the
be,
idea
like, a
that it
fun-
could be like John Wick, and then at the end, like Jillian, and then at the end, she's drinking like a lemonade. And
I like to think that it doesn't even
Soda
have to
Shop
be
Blues.
the main character of the episode. It can just
you
be
don't know.
someone in
It's
the
like a murder
background.
mystery.
Someone in the background.
Who's gonna get the soda shop blues?
Someone in the background's doing it, and it's like, who's gonna say it? Who's gonna say it in the room?
It's
And
kind of
that's
like
how you know what's gonna be the next episode. They're gonna be the
Whoa.
protagonist of the next episode.
It's like The Bachelor in a way.
And then in the season finale, and this is a spoiler, so if you plan to watch,
We haven't even made it yet. We're giving the spoiler of the season finale.
whole restaurant says it.
It's a flash mob. A soda shop blues.
No, it's not even a flash mob. They're all so chill. They're just going about their business. They don't even bat an eye that they all said it at the same time.
Whoa.
And then you're like, where are we?
I think can I make a
Yeah.
pal twist on it just to remind us? Hey, so
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about friendship. Whoa! So I think at the end we all gotta be happy about the Soda Shop Blues. The Soda Shop Blues is actually the song that brought us all together.
Yeah.
Soda Shop Blues.
Yeah.
So when we
It's
say
community.
Soda Shop Blues, we're happy.
Yeah. Hey guys, next time you get to the bottom of a cup, start throwing out a Soda Shop Blues. Uh-oh.
House.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So we've been having a blast.
Here's the thing: we've actually been, we were gone, yes, for a moment, but then we've actually been back for a little bit longer.
We've been back for about 20 minutes, and we have been yapping it up. Yapping. And here's the thing: we were yapping so hard
Cumulonimbus cloud levels of yap.
that it actually turned off the microphones, and they were not recording at all. So the audio is gonna be not great because it's gonna be from the camera. So just know that's why. I had a blast.
Oh, I had a ball, brother.
Been having a blast today. Yeah. Each second of this, I keep being like, I couldn't possibly love this moment more. And then I'm like, this moment?
Whoa.
I love this moment.
It got better.
And
it keeps on getting better.
one thing we wanted to redo was our Pal of the Week, just to make sure everybody heard it. So we haven't done Pal of the Week in a minute.
It's been a minute. So this is a first proclamation number 1. Maddie hasn't used the gavel yet. Proclamation number 1, we're bringing back Pal of the Week. It is done. Pal of the Week is back.
Woo!
Now, in the past, pal of the week would oftentimes be each other.
And can you blame us?
I mean,
You
sorry.
wouldn't give that to her. Who
You
wouldn't
wouldn't
give pal of the
give
week
that
to
to
her?
You wouldn't see a
Yeah,
little
go,
prize and think, I want to give it to
Obviously,
that one.
pal of the week.
For sure. You get it.
I kind of feel like having a pal is like is it in The Giver when people can like see colors?
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of imagine having a pal is like they're the only person in color for you.
The rest of the world was black and white. But we
Whoa.
weren't screaming
T
color.
Swift, best believe T Swift always said it first.
Hey, shout out to being able to listen to the original 1989
Whoa.
again. That rocks.
Thank you.
Thank
Are we out of the
God.
woods? Yeah. But looping back to our pal of the week.
Mhm.
Obviously, we love to give it to each other, but we said let's push ourselves a little bit. Let's think of other pals outside. So we actually looked up for this one. We looked to a mother pal.
In the clouds somewhere above us.
She is who we learned from, and that is Miss Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler is this week's pal of the week. And listen, when we thought about having a free app episode, our key inspiration when we looked up was Amy Poehler's show, Good Hang with Amy Poehler.
We said, who's getting the results we want, which is people just celebrating conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, obviously. The way that she frees people on her show to just like actually be in the
Yeah.
present and also truly engage in the conversation in a fun and interesting way.
Because she's like said, I don't want to have to do all this work.
Exactly.
I'm
She just wanted
seeing
to have a good hang.
All of these men.
She's done the work too.
She's done the work.
She's worked. Let her sit in a chair and yap.
And
And you better pay her a lot of money.
yeah.
And I know they are. Girl, I know
Yeah.
they are.
They are. She is making that bag off of these. I don't know, maybe not,
I hope
but
so.
I hope so.
I hope
She's.
so.
I always like her ads. I'm not
Listen,
gonna lie.
if people gotta be like rich, I want it to be Amy Poehler's. You
And
know
she's
what I
having a
mean?
good hang.
Yeah, she's having a good time.
I just think we were so inspired by how authentically joyful people that come onto her podcast
Mhm.
are, in a way that is like just two people delighting in each other's presence,
Yeah,
no matter what their vibe is to each other.
yeah.
She's meeting them where they're at.
And the way that she's intentional too. If you've ever listened to one of her episodes, and if you haven't, the moment you're done with this one, head right on over because Pals, it's a pal podcast.
It's
is
a
a
pal
pal
Podcast. Honestly,
She
just start
is-
at the beginning because you're gonna want to work your way through.
Amy Poehler is a pal through and through. She
Yeah.
pursues the relationships of like the women in her life.
Yeah.
It's just okay. Sorry, it's great.
And it's amazing.
She starts out each of her episodes though doing this fun thing, and we didn't do this, but we did talk about it, which was fun. Where she, whenever whoever's going to be her guest, she'll like call somebody who has either worked with them or has been their longtime friend to ask about to have them like talk about them, and then also
Like, give a question they might want to
Yeah.
ask that person, which is like, we haven't really talked about it before. I feel like we've talked about it a little, but like the idea of like dating your friends and just putting as much intentional time into like when you're dating somebody, when you're thinking of questions to ask them, you're trying to get to know them better. Like constantly be trying to get to know your friends, even your friends that you think you know everything about. Dig a little deeper.
ooh, that song from Princess and the Frog. Dig a little deeper.
Whoa, we gotta
Sorry,
rewatch
yeah.
Princess and the Frog. I feel like that's a good.
I don't think I've ever
Summer
seen
movie.
it all the way through. I think I
Oh.
saw it at like a doctor's office.
The Prince.
To be fair,
Wow, it's how dare you make them a frog the whole time?
that's so messed up.
He's beautiful.
I remember, and with good reason, because I was like 4th or 5th grade when it came out, and I think that the scary guy would have really scared
Yeah.
me, and I think my mom knew that he was in it. Some of those songs, the friends on the other side, yeah, that would have kept me
Yeah,
up
it's
at
scary.
night.
It's kind of like Scar's. Scar's song in Lion King is a little spooky too.
Yeah, it is. The Be Prepared.
When he's got like the little dancing flames.
Yeah. Lion King was one of the VHS. My grandparents had like 3 key kid movie VHSs. It was The Aristocats, Lion King, and Richie Rich. And so those were all.
Whoa.
Oh, and Shrek. So those were like the ones
Which
that
one do you think impacted you the most?
I loved The Aristocats.
What did you take away from it?
Everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody. Everybody. And then when she goes, because I'm a lady, that's why.
Nelson, I was gonna say I feel like your gender is Aristocats. It's like can I say that? Happy Pride. I feel like it's the spectrum of that. By that I mean like the
specifically
masculine and
jazz
feminine
cats.
spectrum, I should say.
Whichever cat was behind that piano pounding away, Yeah, that one was me. And
But I
just
also
remember-
know you're so the like pink little bow one too.
Yeah.
You can do both. You can do the Aristocats.
You can be the jazz cat or the little sister cat.
Wouldn't you guys pay to see Millicent in a one-woman show of Aristocats?
In that scene where I'm sprinting around trying to do each cat in the ensemble, they're like, she could just do like 2 cats in a room, but instead she's choosing to really try and do it.
You're an artist.
By the end, you guys feel bad for me. I'm so sweaty. You guys were like,
It's about to see like, will the audience help her?
you watched me slip on my own sweat multiple times, and you're like, oh, are we supposed to
Is
get
this a
involved?
part of it?
Like, there's a towel in the audience, and someone's like, am I supposed to like give her that?
It is performance art.
I just left it in the audience on accident before the show started.
Honestly, again, that's a part of it.
It's a part
It's
of it.
immersive.
Anyways, that was our Pal of the Week recognition to Amy Poehler.
Thank you,
And
Amy Poehler,
With that,
for
we both-
inspiring us to relax for a second.
Yeah.
As in, just commune with one another.
Maddie had to stop me from writing in our notebook about this episode because we were like, no, we're gonna just like we each have one question that we're gonna ask and that's it. I was thinking way too much.
She was really getting, may I say?
Yeah.
A little, well, like, I'm not stressed out about it, but I feel like you just had so many options in a way that I was like, just first thought.
My
First
notes app
thought
was
is
at
fine.
8, and I was like, I don't know
No.
what vibe to go with. I don't know.
No. I think then I apologize because I feel like I could have communicated the vibe better of just like, no worries.
Yeah.
And that's the point. I wanted to see how into the like video game chair recliner we could get
Ooh,
in relaxation mode with each other, as in chillin' mode.
I never wanted one of those video games,
No.
especially the ones that like rocked back. They kind of made me nervous. But like whenever
Beanbag chair.
beanbag
That'll
chair,
be our
yes.
substitute.
Yes, but the ones that were like, you know, the ones that are like they were like rolly.
I felt unsafe.
I felt unsafe. I did not feel secure. I'd never seen one with speakers that worked.
I think that's also like I was usually my neighbors across the street had them, and it was like a house of boys where if you've got any boy between the age of 7 to 15 or to 17 or to 25 around, they're gonna
The way you
push.
kept pushing that age thing up.
They're gonna push that seat down, and then you're like,
Yeah,
well, and then I
and
just
then-
can't cozy up. I'm unsafe. I'm in fight or flight at
Yeah.
all times.
You can like feel the bones of those chairs. Because you
Yeah.
sit in it and you're like, oh my
It's
gosh,
not
I know
cozy.
where the outline of this like metal is.
And they're like, it's got a USB charger. And
no,
it's
it
like,
doesn't.
okay.
I've
and it
never
doesn't
seen it
work.
I don't want to sit with my chair plugged into the wall. Sorry, unless it's a massage chair.
Whoa.
We want one of those at some. I'd love for us to have 2 egg chairs that Maddie and I brainstorm in.
But here's what I think about the egg chairs. I think the roundedness does not feel good for a sustained amount of time for me.
I don't think that it keeps you rounded though. I think it has like a lumbar thing where it can like. I think if you got egg chair money, I think that the egg chair's like whatever you need this to be.
But-
it'll probably be.
The kind of what's like an old folklore name for a conundrum. Like I think the thing is like when you have it, do you actually want it? When you have egg chair money,
I think I would
do you
probably
really want egg chair money? Like are egg chair money people sitting in their egg chairs? That's my question.
I feel that they're not. If you have a massage, it doesn't have to be an egg chair. If you have a massage chair, write into HaterPals.com and let us know. Are you like sitting in it consistently? Because I will say we have seen Gabe and Alex have that foot massager thing.
used.
What do you mean?
That thing is getting its money's worth.
I thought you meant they bought it used, and I
No,
was
no,
like,
no, no,
"Why
no,
would you
no,
say it
no,
so
no, no.
excitedly?" Like I had my feet
I would
in
not.
that thing.
I
feel,
would not.
And then
tout
I was
that.
also like, "That doesn't strike me as a Gabe and Alex type of move."
No.
But yeah, no, we every time that we're there, it's like it has to like kind of go around. Each person kind of gets their foot massage. done.
Ew, that's so gross
We're all wearing
sounding.
socks. Don't be
Socks.
weird.
But I
Socks
think
are
my
critical.
mom had gotten it for my sister-in-law when she was pregnant, and I was like, "That's a great gift."
Yeah,
'Cause
I
that's
would.
getting used.
I would love if we had a hand massager. If there was like something that like
Oh,
massaged hands, because like
that feels
every
amazing.
time. I rarely get my nails done, but whenever I do, I'm like,
You
please
better
take your time on the
love the hand
lotion
massage part.
portion in the least weird way possible.
We can
really.
speed it up on the nail polish. You can look a little messy if
Yeah.
you get more hand
I love
time.
it when they do that. Wait, give me your hand. When they do
the
kinda, like-
floppy.
I don't
I
like
feel
the
like
way
I
it,
learn a lot
feels.
about each other in that moment.
I think because it feels good on my wrist.
Yeah.
Because I have really loose wrists.
I think that's also a free falling thing. I think you really got to let go to that moment in this because you can't be resisting at all when they're trying to get your hand to wobble.
Whenever I'm at the nail salon, I'm thinking so hard I'm trying to relax my fingers so much. And
Yeah.
then every time I'm like, I don't think I've ever done it correctly. Because they're always like having to like rebend my fingers. And I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. yeah.
Or at the dentist, like with my tongue. I'm sorry, I don't know what it's
I don't-
doing. You got me hanging backwards.
It's
I do not know.
Really helpful for me when they put the little mirror back there and hold it back.
The mirror.
Even have like the little flat mirror.
Yeah.
Hold that dog
helps
back.
me.
Because I'm like, even the reminder makes me just be like, okay, I get where my tongue is now.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember going to the dentist with braces and they had to like shoot you with that salt spray stuff? I remember
Orthodontists, you guys are doing a lot.
they've come a long way. They've come a long way. I'll say. Well, the Invisalign and all, like, there's different
Okay,
options
that's
now.
true.
But the problem is, if you got jaw issues, there's no way around
Yeah,
it.
you're
getting
getting
some
that key
braces.
crank.
No, sorry. I meant at the dentist, though, when you have them and they do the teeth cleaning. I remember for me, because it's for those of you who don't know, who have never had metal braces, whenever you go to the dentist, they can't do like the normal teeth cleaning, but they still got to get under there. So they have like a blaster. You know, they have that air blaster that
Oh,
like pushes air really fast.
Pretty.
Imagine that, but it's burning water and they've just flossed your gums to the point where they're all bleeding and now they're shooting so quickly salt water at it. I remember my dental hygienist goes, "Oh my goodness, you're flinching every time I hit it." And I was like, yeah, so I can't help that and I want to leave.
That's a crazy, as somebody who is like doing the action, being like, you seem in pain when I do this thing and not pivoting.
The problem was it was like a smaller town and the original dentist that we used to go to that like shut down, we knew, like they knew our family, like the dental hygienist. So they'd always want to kind of like talk. And I was like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't.
Yeah.
I want to sit here and dissociate while you scrape my teeth.
I've told you this. I liked the dentist as a kid because my grandma worked there. She was a secretary. So, like, getting to get off school early and see my grandma and maybe McDonald's if I was good.
Dentist as a kid is different, though. They're not scraping as hard when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Dentist
Yeah,
as
now
a kid
they-
and the toothpaste. Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. It was an exciting time.
Last time I went to the dentist, I was like, "Can I have one of the kid flavors of the Sprite?"
I think you can ask.
And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Thank you."
You're breaking the rules.
Peppermint makes me-
Yeah, she doesn't quite follow the rules.
Did you ever have a cavity?
Yeah. Not till I lived, like, as an adult, though.
Mm.
I think once I started drinking coffee more regularly, and it was like, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I never did as a kid.
I never did as a kid until I think in 5th grade, I got one cavity and it broke my heart. Because I was like, no cavity club.
No. Hey. We've never really bonded over this, and I think you and I need to bond over our perfectionism a little bit more. It's not that Millicent and I show our perfectionism, because at the end of the day, something usually, in a fun way, gets in the way, like this, and then I embrace it for what it is, which is my snow globe didn't quite work, but now they're floating in the Palaxy, so
But
it's even better. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a call. It
Please
says
hold.
virus color. I don't.
Didn't you say you have people that you don't
Here,
know?
let me see. Hello? Hey, how's it going? Sorry about that.
Maddie had to go professional mode.
Had a call, but we wanted to leave you guys with just a little farewell challenge,
Just a quick little one. Quick little guy.
and you might have guessed it. It's to have a free yap.
Free app.
And I know that we did not get. We could quickly do our questions.
Sure.
We had come up with questions, and then we ended up yapping so hard we didn't even get to them.
And then
So-
not having the mics on for a second.
Remember, embrace. If you don't even get to the questions, that's okay.
That's okay.
You'll have another free app. That's
Yeah.
ammo for later.
Your challenge is to, and I know that we did just take a call in the middle of this, but that's just because
Because it's the middle of the workday.
girl's got to get her bag.
But meet with a pal and try and have intentional yap time. Respect the yap. Respect what the yap can do for you, and respect what the yap can do for your pal, because it lifts your mood.
I'll say this, my mood's lifted.
I'm feeling on cloud 9, sitting down with a pal, having intentional time where you are looking each other in the eyes, and you are asking questions, and you are getting a little bit of a back and forth rhythm, but not like racquetball.
It feels amazing.
It's the best.
And we want that for you. So have that little bit of an intentional time to do some yap time.
Do you want to do your question?
Yeah, I'll just do a quick question for Maddie. And this was inspired loosely by the format of like the good questions that Amy Poehler is asking. You know?
Yes.
You've been referred to by some close to you as a little stinker. Why do you think that is?
I think I've kind of talked about this before, where I think my mom has a little bit of like, she's so kind, like truly one of the kindest people you ever meet.
It's true.
But she does ask for a coin at the drawbridge, which is, and it's not anything bad. It's just a little fun. And it's kind of a beautiful like folklore because in turn, it seems like you're giving something up, but you're really getting a lot back, which is joy. So I think in my mind, being a little stinker, whatever distress it may cause somebody in the moment, it's like when my mom would be a little stinker to us, it'd be a little distressful, but I think it ultimately brings like a higher level of joy. Is that okay to say?
No, I think that's
I
so
think
okay.
having a little playful
What
stinkerness is fun.
What are some of your favorite like which manifestations of your little stinkerness do you think brings you like the most joy? Like what little moments do you and
Do you have a moment in mind? I can't think of little stinker moments.
Yeah, I love when you get like I feel like little stinker Maddie is whenever you get this look on your face when you like kind of like run up and then you'll kind of like do something and then you'll run back. There's something about the look in your face. There's a glaze, not a glaze. There's like a sharpness that comes over your eyes when you're going stink mode.
It's instinctual,
It's instinctual.
primal. Stink. And I want to make the distinction. It's not this stinky. It's a little stinky like a stinky.
Yeah.
So if anyone has a better word for that, honestly, but I think it's just the cartoonish nature. I think I really love kind of cartoonizing our world.
I feel like whenever she gets a big bag of green grapes because she goes through them too quickly and it stresses me out, I will have to. Like, we've talked about this before. It's a problem, guys.
I can't stop.
But whenever she
thinking
goes
about
to the
green
fridge
grapes.
to get, I love whenever she's going to the fridge to get like a little treat, or whenever it's grapes and she's doing her little stinker look where she's kinda like,
Because I love to occasionally disobey Millicent. Because I think you get a little giggle out of it.
oh yeah. Maddie makes
We're all
me,
having a good time.
Maddie makes me giggle. I'd say no less than 6 times a day, and it's probably more than
and
that. But
I mean, vice versa,
yeah.
brother.
it's effortless.
I'm
for
laughing. Did I answer that question to your satisfaction?
Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, we could go into that.
Yeah, and I think that'll come up again at some point.
We
but
might do a stinky episode.
I would love to do like a Toontown episode.
Ooh.
Because I've told you in honor of giving you questions to ask your pal in your yap time, one of my favorite questions to ask people is, like, if you lived in, like, a Looney Tunes world, what would your favorite, like, you know how, like, in cartoons there's certain, like, pianos falling ahead, or, like, somebody following a scent trail of food with their nose, or, like, floating. They've got these kind of, like, what are they called? Like, patterns of
Yeah, their little mannerisms.
obstacles. What would yours be, like, if you could do
Yeah.
one? So that's a good question for you and your pal. Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
So, if you think about your skill sets, you as a okay, close your eyes. Okay. You, Millicent Starr, are a toolbox. Now take a minute.
Okay, I'm there already.
The toolbox you have, are you happy with it, or do you want to kind of alter like what it means to be a toolbox a little bit to suit? Like, what does a Millicent Starr toolbox look like, or is it just a standard toolbox?
I think it's like a standard metal toolbox that it's obviously hand painted and has a lot of like it's
kind of old school style, but it gets
it's
the
old
job
school,
done.
But it's got little stars and like definitely some swirls.
I
and,
love the hand painted like Swedish design. I'm big into
Yeah,
that. If
yeah,
someone
yeah,
could tell me what
yeah.
that style of art is called, I would greatly appreciate
hand-painted
it.
Swedish.
Kind of like the Danish, like how outside Danish buildings. Anyway, my journal has that kind of painting, and I'll put it up on here. And let me know what kind of style that is. Go to HeyTherePals.com or at Won't You Be My Pal. So yours looks like that. It says Millicent Starr or Star or Millicent.
I think Millicent. And then also like there's color pops, like the like handle is like a color, like it's like the
Ooh.
color block kind of vibe.
Kind of like an Awala.
Yeah, a little bit, but like the colors are matched well together.
Yeah, sorry, Awala.
Sorry,
we need to
Awala.
talk
Can
about
we
it.
Talk about that.
Let's just come on. I appreciate the creative swings.
Can I open my eyes or should I keep them closed?
Keep them closed.
Okay, cool. If you want people to not switch your lids out, consider matching the right color lid with the right color bottom. Consider that.
I think it would help.
Okay.
I think people would enjoy it. I think it'd be fun for all of us. Close your eyes. Oh, they're still closed. Okay, good.
I haven't opened them.
So your toolbox is set now. Maybe you even said star on the back. Now imagine you are the toolbox again. It's kind of like how in Dora her backpack
Yeah,
can transform into things.
Yeah.
You have transformed into this toolbox. Now within your toolbox you have your tools,
Mhm.
obviously,
Mhm.
naturally. Now your tools can be whatever Millicent's tools are. Be that things like compassion or like your wit or like caring. Sewing kit. Well, I'm talking.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It could be a sewing kit, sure.
I feel like a
it
sewing
could be
kit's
how you
critical
use your
for
sewing kit too. Like
that's true, that's true.
you're very generous.
Oh,
with
you
it.
mean like the adjectives? Or
Yeah,
like
like
the
what in the
qualities?
metaphorical sense makes up Millicent? What tools about Millicent
Oh,
bring? Because tools
goodness.
are used on things in like the outside world, and they affect things in the outside world. So, what things within Millicent that affect the outside world and how you perceive the world and how you interact with the world are you? Which one do you currently like value the most?
I asked you about being a little stinker. Oh my gosh.
I will say
What the heck?
this didn't start that intense, but I decided to add a little
This is like
wonder
a
to it.
DBT therapy exercise.
You can open your eyes if you
I
want.
can?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
You can be, no. They're still here.
So I'm saying, what are my most important ones?
Or like which
My
one do you
values,
feel? Yeah,
basically?
or like which one do you like really appreciate? You don't even. I don't want to put pressure on saying like you have to figure out which one has the most impact on you right now. But which one do you really appreciate? Oh shoot. Soda Shop Blues.
I'm gonna be honest. I had earlier been like, I should save that for the very end of the episode, and that's how we close it. But then I just started
It's
sipping
okay.
my coffee and couldn't.
The episode's still going, you guys. Don't think it's the end. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry, got a text coming in. I'm gonna think on my question.
Hey Siri. Remind me at 1:05 send Shelby logline. Oops. Oh my god, I just disliked her message.
Okay, so my answer to that question, I didn't mean to divert right there. The one that I like appreciate the most.
Yeah, or one that you really are like proud of. That you were like, this is something that's very Millicent, and I'm proud of that.
I think I am. I would say like the I'm grateful for, and I had to work for it for a long time. A lot of times I was faking it, but then like I do feel like it has become like a baseline. I'm very grateful for like the baseline joy component of like I am of having a good time.
Yeah.
And like finding that moment. I would say like the joy. That's what I would want people to
Yeah.
remember or recognize, and like even however it's coming out, but like yeah.
I also think that is a tool that you like fought to acquire in a way that's like now that you have it, you respect it. Like when you
Yeah.
have it kind of thing. I think,
Yeah.
and we haven't shouted out yet. If you watch the Tonys, Cola Scola won, so congrats to them. But
Huge.
the whole community, the whole theater community has really come alongside them and just been like so excited for Cole to be celebrated, because Cole is just someone that like was doing art for the joy of art, and like that was enough, and that spoke to enough people that now they're winning Tonys. Yeah, it's been exciting, but it feels
Yeah.
like that for you, where it feels like you just have this extra layer of appreciation for the joy when you get it that makes it feel so much more like long lasting.
Yeah. And you're a little stinker. Man, I literally was like, I'm thinking too much about these questions, and she was like, it doesn't have to be that deep or anything.
No. I want you to know it started as like, if you have a toolbox of skills, which one do you feel like is your like best one?
Yeah.
But then it felt like in the moment I should kind of walk you there in a fun way, and I got carried away with it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I had a good time.
I
answering
really
it.
liked your
Thank
question.
you.
Can I say that?
Thank you. I
And
really
trust-
liked your question.
We're gonna do more free app episodes, guys. This is gonna be
Yeah.
a regular thing, but that's your challenge. Go free app with the pal.
Go forth and yap. 'Cause I'm free.
Free apping.
So that felt good.
Bye, pals.
Gonna have the snow globe close us out.
Shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it.
That was amazing.
House. Oh.